Hello out there in cryptocurrency land. Welcome back to Real Crypto, where we take the market one leg at a time while keeping the market cycle in mind. And this is a video more about the market cycle than it is about the next leg in cryptos. The overall market cycle is, as we know, in a bear market, and it's kind of a little bit deeper and broader than a lot of people think and expect. Now, people think about altcoins and they think about Bitcoin, but they don't necessarily think about the broad spectrum of technologies and of different coins that have been around for years. As a matter of fact, everyone's just chasing the next move. Well, that can sometimes get you into trouble. Now, I'm starting off on my website right here, real-crypto.com. Not to really pump it, but basically, I don't want to show you the charts yet, but do feel free to check it out. I do have a website and a Slack chat room. You can see the forum right there and check out some of the things that I offer. But we're in the middle of a crypto winter in 2018 now, so get your jacket. Most of the top currency coins, which actually do work on blockchains, are actually undercutting major support, which has never happened before. We've seen a rise in altcoins in 2017, but no one ever thought about what happens to the alts during a bear market. No one's really thought about that. And what I'm going to show you, you're either going to view this as a good buying opportunity or as a large sign that the market has entered a very dangerous territory. All right, so let's get to some charts. I'm going to start out with Monero, XMR. What we have here is three trend lines. I've drawn three trend lines, and that's all I need to draw on this particular chart. I'm not looking at volume. I'm pretty much just looking at the price and the movement of the price here. I have three trend lines. One is a very, very low sloping trend line right here, going all the way back down. You can see that dot. Let me move this and I can actually get the date for you. August 1st, 2016, going back almost 2 years here. Combining it with this low here gives us this very low trend line. So this may never get touched, or it may get touched. I don't know, depending on how deep this bear market goes. And the next trend line here, you can see the 2 points I'm respecting there, but this is the trend line in Monero that is the most recent of the rally, this rally from the latter half of 2017, which has been undercut and quite significantly, going all the way, okay, I guess I never unclicked that, going all the way back down here to about a month ago, going back to May. We undercut it there, we tested it here. This trend line has been holding. We bounced off of it quite significantly with most of the rest of the market, and then rolling over and subsequently failing it in a pretty good big price bar. You can see it right there. That big red price bar, never really quite returning. Not yet, at least. Looks like we're getting some bouncing action here, but living underneath this trend line is not good, ladies and gentlemen, not good. And this is what I'm referring to. These are the coins that do work. Monero does work, right? Monero is a cryptocurrency that is a currency. It's just a transfer between parties. And so for whatever reason, it has undercut this major support trend line here. Next one we're going to look at is Zcash. Zcash, I took this is the most aggressive trend line on Zcash that I found on this chart. You see these 2 points right here is what I'm respecting, and we undercut this actually about, just a few days ago, and we undercut that slowly going lower here. You can see this whole area up here has pretty much now been erased. You see this red price line here? Pretty much everything has been erased, and we're now going into lower territory, which we haven't seen for quite some time. Next one we're going to look at is Dash. Now Dash, you can also see I've gone back all the way to early 2017 in February, respected this trend line once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, broke on the 6th attempt, and now it looks like Dash is heading lower. No one really talks about Dash anymore. Have you noticed that? No one really talks about Dash anymore. And maybe it could be that these are just old coins that aren't really going to be here in 5 or 10 years, and that's why they're failing. But I've chosen top cryptocurrencies that have been top coins for a long time, not the new ones, like Ven is a new coin, right? All these new coins that people are discussing. These are all the tradable ones that are moving right now, but what about the ones that are basically the staples of cryptocurrency? Monero, Zcash, Dash, Litecoin. Litecoin breaking its long-term trend line right here. Big failure, big failure on Litecoin's part. Been very weak as of late. Been wondering why it's been so weak. Is because the general trend of Litecoin is almost completely reversed. I don't mean all the way back down in terms of a price level, but I just mean it's reversed in terms of definitely not going up anymore, definitely in a prolonged downtrend. And underneath this trend line is no bueno for Litecoin. We don't need to draw any other trend lines for Litecoin. Go ahead and draw this yourself on whatever chart you want to. You're going to get the same results. Now, if we do look a little bit of volume, because Litecoin is one of the top coins, if we do look at volume, all the volume is coming right here, and we don't see a tremendous amount of selling. Okay, so that is one bullish thing for Litecoin, is that we really don't see any selling in Litecoin. Now, at some point that may change, but I think people are being patient with cryptos, and they'll be patient with it as it gets lower. How low it goes in Litecoin, that's not the point of this video. I know that I'm going to get that question quite a bit, but you can see here no one's selling Litecoin. It's just no one's buying it either, which is usually more important for price to go up, is people need to buy it. All right. And so the last one in terms of altcoins we're going to talk about is Ethereum. Now, Ethereum is a platform coin. None of the other ones were platform coins. This is a platform coin, but it is considered the king of the alts. And I have two trend lines drawn for you here. One is the actual trend line from a breakout point way back here, and it looks like April of 2017 going all the way up here. And the second one is a trend line that I mimicked of this one. It's just a clone that actually has been touched several times, once, twice, third time, fourth time. We're testing it for a fifth time now, so we'll see if we bounce off this or if we roll over and move into lows in Ethereum. And the last one we're going to look at is just Bitcoin. We're just going to look at Bitcoin. You can't forget about Bitcoin when you're looking at pretty much anything. And Bitcoin has several trend lines. This is the granddaddy, it's the big daddy, it's been around the longest. I've drawn several trend lines, one really low, and pretty much every other trend line I can think of, major trend line in terms of Bitcoin. So I have these two. I have these 2 points right here, which we've obviously broken. I have this trend line here, which we've broken here, which almost lines up with this trend line we've been looking at here for quite some time. Almost lines up with that. They almost break at the exact same time. The next one to come into comes in about 4,700, which is 4,780, which is about where my last video left off, talking about Bitcoin 5,000. So we're going to get to this trend line. Don't think we quite get to this trend line, but you know, these trend lines are important, guys. These trend lines are important. You do have to keep them in mind. They're called trend lines for a reason, because they define the trend. And as you can see with Monero breaking a very, very long-term trend, this whole upside move here ever since basically for a year now is broken. We've got Zcash, which is broken the trend line. Dash, which is broken pretty much its entire trend line. Litecoin, which has broken its entire trend line. Does not bode well for the market, ladies and gentlemen. So this has never happened before in the markets, and this is why I wanted to bring this up. And like I said in the beginning of the video, you're either going to view this as a good buying opportunity or as a large sign that the market has entered very dangerous territory. I'm viewing it from the dangerous territory perspective. If you guys have been watching my videos, you understand that the market is in a bear cycle. Hopefully that's pretty clear to everyone now. And until we are proven otherwise, you have to go with the general trend, which is lower. And right now we don't see any reversal signs. Anyone telling you to buy now, to be quite frank with you, in my mind is an idiot and is just taking guesses and is uncomfortable with the market going lower. So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining me here today. I appreciate it. What do you think about these trend lines? Are these nonsense? Do you guys not believe in trend lines, or do you think there's actually something to this, and the fact that we're living below these in some bedrock cryptocurrencies that have been around for ages, that we're breaking these very well-defined trends that have been around for a very long time? What do you guys think? Let me know down below. Please subscribe to the channel and like the video if you enjoyed the content. Thanks for joining me, and I will see you next time.